Yeah, let's just go. Hey everybody, Old Guy Gamer here. I am jumping in the truck. I just made a delivery. This is a new video, I know, so you don't even know what delivery I was just making, but I want to go buy a trailer, I think. I want to see what it's like to own a trailer. So give me 1 sec. I don't know if I'm going to sleep first or buy the trailer first. But stick with me. While I'm driving around Santa Clara, you go like a video or subscribe to my channel. You can do one or the other, but not both. Only choose one. Because I said so. I'm small time and I do everything backwards and wrong. Oh, that is a cold, cold brew. Alright, let's sleep. One of your finest trailers, please. $63,000. Holy camole. Whatever, we're not buying a trailer today. Ugh. Let's go with the 6x4A, 6x4B. Ooh. That's crazy. What was that? Oh, it's the location of the hoses. See, this one's on the left. This one's on the right. Plus, it's got a longer frame. Whoa, what is this? Heavy cargo, awesome. Oh, that is sweet. It's the same price as the other ones. Yeah, let's just do that. 10 grand? I could do that. Heck yeah, let's show off this new truck. We bought a frame extension. I just cut down on the maneuverability of my truck, but I made it look freaking awesome. Yeah, let's get that. Let's just get that picture done. Oh, not just dual axles in the back, but a longer frame. And a hose connector stand. Whatever you call it. She looks awesome. Look at her. She's just awesome. I love it. Twin intakes. Twin exhaust stacks. Oh, man, she looks good. I'm loving this beast. Sorry, Daisy, I don't mean you're a beast. I mean, she's just in beast mode because she's awesome. Anyways, Daisy got a brand new rear end, so we're going to put it to work, and you'll see how we do in just a sec. Well, I'm a little crooked, but alright, let's go. We are on our way. Let's get the beacons on. Then we'll be on our way. Anyways, now that we're off and running, go ahead and take a second and like the video. It helps me out. I know it doesn't help you out, but it doesn't hurt you either, so it helps me. Hit the like button, please. And then just hover over that little Old Guy Gamer logo in the lower right corner of your screen and subscribe to my channel. I thought this load was big enough to require an escort. I guess not. I guess I'm on my own. Well, at least I'm not going to be limited to a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. Uh-oh. Anyways, wow, that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be anyway. Let's get on this slow lane and hit the gas. 13.5 hours away, and I got 13 hours of awake time remaining. The good news is if I can hit the pedal to the metal, make up a little time, I might be able to pull in dog tired at 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night and have just enough time to make the delivery all in one day. That's a $40,000 day right there. When I was in the Army, I was stationed on the East Coast, and I used to be able to drive back to Chicago. And one day, it was easy enough in a Camaro, 750 miles. I would leave early in the morning, knowing fully well that if I sped a little bit, it actually made a difference on the end of my trip, so I never really went crazy. I wasn't flying, but what I found out was an extra 5 miles per hour on a 12-hour trip cuts an hour off the travel time. So now you could multiply that and go 10 miles an hour over the speed limit and gain 2 hours. You know, this is all based on 60-mile-an-hour speed limit, mile a minute kind of thing. Back then it was pretty easy for me to do. Single guy, didn't need to stop for breaks. I would dehydrate myself so I wouldn't have to stop and go to the bathroom. I never wanted to eat while I was driving. I just wanted to do the whole 12-hour trip in one sitting and get it done. I don't know if we'll be able to do that in this big truck, but we're going to find out. And my fingers are taped together today. I've been jamming my left pinky forever, like multiple times. So I finally had to tape it up. It got so painful. I'm like, I gotta stop this. So I'm having a little trouble with the steering wheel today, but it's not stopping me. It's just making me be a little bit more ginger with the turning. So I've got my talking point. You can see that this is going to be a slow going time on this drive. Having trouble getting up to 45 miles an hour. I got 11 hours and 51 minutes and 11 hours and 30 minutes of awake time. I'm not going to make it at that rate. I'm going to have to speed a little bit, lock that cruise in at 4 over and hope it gets me there. So here's my talking point that's been assigned to me for the day. It's a weird one, so I'm going to read it and then I'll take a little break to think about it. And I'll come back and we'll talk about it. So here it is. Let me hold my book up to the screen so I don't have to look down as much. It says, if you fell down a rabbit hole, what do you think you'd find? If you fell down a rabbit hole, what do you think you'd find? If you know right away, leave a comment, because I'll read every comment. I'll read everything you got to say. I kind of like being a small-time gamer because every single person who makes a connection with me and leaves a comment, I can actually respond back to. Man, I feel like I've made connections with people all over the country. Leave me a comment as to what you would think you would find if you fell down a rabbit hole. Now, obviously, you can be literal, and you can say, oh, dirt, a rabbit house, or a rabbit hole, whatever. You know, like Alice in Wonderland. If you fell down a rabbit hole, what would you find in an Alice in Wonderland type of story? Give me a couple minutes to think about it. Let me get a little further down the road, and then we'll come down and we'll mark this one off our list and talk about it. Oh, and if you happen to notice that I'm speeding, you're just going to have to suck it up and enjoy the ride with me, because I need to make up some time, and it'll be worth whatever speeding ticket I get to not have to sleep before I make this delivery. I'd really like to make some good time through California if I can, while the speed limit's only 55. Thank goodness. My word, could you imagine how much slower this trip would be if I had to stop at that way station? Ugh. Saving me 2 hours probably off of... It would probably slow me down 2 hours to have to slow down for that way station and then accelerate back up after I got back onto the road. Oh, that would suck. Alright, I've got some good thoughts about my falling down the rabbit hole talking point, so give me a few more minutes. I had a couple of ideas. Let me just work my way through the other one and I'll get right back to you. So, alright, so here's what I'm thinking. The talking point is, if you fell down a rabbit hole, what do you think you'd find? So, I came up with two answers, because one I'd like to see, and the other one is just a fanciful, fictional dream world. Option number one, you fall down a rabbit hole and you find the real heaven. That would be interesting. The real heaven, like described in the Bible. Streets of gold, gates of pearl, walls of jasper. I actually had to think about that for a really long time. I knew that gold was mentioned as streets of gold. I knew pearl was mentioned as gates of pearl. And I remembered that jasper was mentioned, but I couldn't remember what the jasper was used for. Pretty sure it was the walls. Let me know if you're a Bible expert, if I got that one right or not. I think I did, but I'm not positive. Just wondering what the depiction of heaven in the Bible calls for the use of jasper for. So it would be kind of cool to fall down a rabbit hole and find the actual heaven, where it is everybody's perfect place, all the time, every moment. That would be really amazing. And then I did have one other idea, which I didn't really think through as much. I was thinking more about what heaven would be like. But my other option would be, you fall down a rabbit hole and you find parallel universes. So if you wanted to, you could use the rabbit hole, which hopefully is attached to the same point in each of the parallel universes, so that you could find it easily in each of the parallel universes. And if you went down the rabbit hole and found a parallel universe that you didn't quite like, you could just find the rabbit hole in that parallel universe and try again. So you'd go, it's like the movie Inception, where you just keep going farther and farther into the dream or whatever. Well, in my rabbit hole scenario, if you don't like the alternate universe that you find down the rabbit hole, you just find that alternate universe's rabbit hole and go down it. See what the next parallel universe looks like. I know there's a TV show that's being advertised right now that is something like that. That's probably gonna make me stay over here, isn't it? There's a TV show right now where the guy lives three parallel lives in three parallel universes. One where he's like a rock star, one where he's a doctor, and the other one where he's whatever, I don't even know. I haven't seen the show, I've only seen the ads for it. But wouldn't it be cool if you fell down a rabbit hole? You could explore the parallel universe. If you like it, you could stay, hang out, look around. Imagine, I can think of two right off the top of my head where an alternate future was discussed, and it was a bad alternate future, so the person in the movie had to go backwards and fix the future, so to speak. One was Back to the Future, obviously, because the Biff future, where he owned the big casino and everything was horrible, and Marty's neighborhood was all just crime infested. And the other movie that I could think of was a book that was turned into, I think it was a mini-series, if I remember right. What was it called? It was the time-traveling JFK novel. I think it was 10/22/63. It was a date. And the date was the day that Kennedy was assassinated. Where the guy went back and changed the past and then came forward and didn't like the future, so he had to go back again and change the past again. That's actually a really good book by Stephen King. I would say read that for sure, because that is my favorite by far. Not my favorite book of all time, but it's my favorite Stephen King. So that kind of was one of the things I thought of when I was thinking about the parallel universes. It would be one thing to fall down a rabbit hole and find a parallel universe. Oh, dude. Yeah, you know what? I'm I'm going around. There's room on the shoulder. A lot of these you can't do this, but this one I am going to because I don't care. So, the idea was fall down a rabbit hole, find an alternate universe, a parallel universe, whatever you want to call it. What if you get a bad one? That's what I thought. Oh, there could be another rabbit hole in that parallel universe that you could check out then. That way, if you got a good one, you can stick with it. If you get a bad one, you just crawl down another rabbit hole. So that's where I went when I was thinking about this talking point. I don't know, maybe we'll think of something else before we get through the last 6 hours of this trip. But please leave a comment. Let me know. What would you find in your rabbit hole? Oh my goodness. Look at this. I think I'll be able to get around. I don't see anybody. Might crawl up on this sidewalk a little to give myself some room. Dude, it's are you kidding me? Alright, make your bets now. Am I going to stop for the night and then deliver it, or am I going to go all the way through? Make your bets now. Leave the comment. Let me know, will I make it before I have to go to sleep? Or will I have to go to sleep because I didn't make up enough time? What if, for the rabbit hole conversation, if you fell down a rabbit hole and you traveled back in time to the happiest moment in your life? I mean, we're talking about magic or something anyway, right? Supernatural type theories. Why couldn't it take you back to the happiest point in your life? Now I got to think about that. What's the happiest point in my life that it would take me back to? I wouldn't mind going back and looking at the happiest point in my life, like a fly on the wall, like a ghost of Christmas past kind of thing. Just observing. I don't think I'd want to start all over and live in that moment again. But it wouldn't be bad to go down the rabbit hole and revisit as a fly on the wall to your happiest moment of all time. It would be interesting to see what a supernatural magic spell would consider your happiest moment to be. Because you and I talking at having a conversation talking about the happiest moment of our lives, we might think the birth of our children, our marriage, the day we met our lifelong love. It could be that one time we found the perfect hamburger in Santa Fe. I don't know. Who knows? But what would the supernatural rabbit hole element think is the happiest moment of your life? Here's a long straight stretch. Let's look at this big new truck. Oh, that Daisy. She's a good looking truck, ain't she? Okay, trees, come on. Does that cause a crash now? Yeah, ooh, yikes. Man, oh man, it seems like we're making good time. We got 40 minutes of extra time now. I'll be able to make this delivery tonight. Stick with me. You'll be able to see that sunset in the rear view mirrors here. Well, I let one guy in. I'm not stopping for anybody else. Oh, you son of a... That dude hit me. You bastard. I even had a car go in front of me. Jiminy Christmas. At least the cargo's not damaged. My gosh. I definitely gotta go get my truck fixed now. Can't really look back there that much. Hopefully you got a glimpse of it. Still in the mirror though, still pretty. Thomas Road. Alright, let's see. Where are we going here? Oh, man, I hope you enjoyed that trip because I love doing it. Oh, this truck, I am in love. I'm Old Guy Gamer. This is American Truck Sim, and we worked all day to make you happy. We're glad you tagged along. So I'm going to go get some sleep, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, you guys go watch some more videos, and I'll go play some more games. Bye.